This is Dr. Ansel Keys. You may have never heard of this man before, but he's arguably responsible for more deaths than Hitler, Stalin, Mao, and every other murderous dictator combined. That's because in one fell swoop, he destroyed the health of millions of Americans, punching our ticket on a one-way trip to an early grave. There's compelling evidence that he single-handedly caused the rate of diabetes to increase by 700% since the 1950s, that he caused obesity rates to more than triple in the same time span, and that he is directly responsible for increased rates of cancer, heart attacks, and stroke, along with nearly every other modern disease that we lay awake worrying about each night. Diseases that rip our lives and our families apart. Hi, I'm Grant Henderson, and while it may sound sensational or even downright unbelievable, inside this highly controversial presentation, I'm going to show you why, if you're struggling with your weight, or if you're suffering from type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, low energy, hypothyroidism, brain fog, or many other of the health problems most common in America today, there's a good chance that this man, Dr. Ansel Keys, is to blame. It's no exaggeration to say that what I'm about to reveal to you will make many in the food industry, big medicine, and even the federal government furious. What we're going to talk about today blows the lid off of a nearly 70-year-old conspiracy. It flies in the face of virtually everything most nutritionists and food experts have told you about being healthy. And if enough Americans just like you listen to this urgent warning, it could cost the world's largest food corporations billions of dollars in lost profit each year, while dramatically reducing the rate of sickness and disease in America virtually overnight. And yet, while the information you're about to hear will make many enraged, it's crucial that you do hear what I have to say. That's because inside this short video, I'm going to share with you the story of Dr. Helen Okoye, an epidemiologist, a disease expert, and a doctor who has helped thousands of people make life-changing health transformations, all with her breakthrough weight loss method. I'm going to show you what Dr. Helen believes to be the hands-down easiest way to burn away your unwanted body fat, something that's already helped millions of Americans to drop 5 pounds in their very first week, 12 pounds or more in their very first month. And it's something that can allow you to keep your weight off for good, without any yo-yo dieting, self-starvation, or plateauing, and while dramatically improving many other markers of your health, from your blood sugar to your cholesterol, and even as it gives you more energy and a clearer mind. This powerful method, which you're only a few minutes away from seeing, has nothing to do with counting calories or eating bland, boring foods. In fact, it will actually have you eating more of the foods you love, like crispy bacon, fatty steaks, and omelets that are smothered in cheese and avocado. And while that might sound too good to be true, as I've already mentioned, this is something that is already working for millions of Americans right now, no matter what their age, their gender, or their current state of health. And it's completely changing their lives, giving them a fit, healthy physique, improving their moods and their energy, and allowing them to once again feel confident and happy with the person they see staring back at them in the mirror. Now, like I mentioned already, my name is Grant Henderson. I'm a paid spokesperson on the behalf of Dr. Helen Okoye. Dr. Helen is a medical doctor, best-selling author, and award-winning health expert from Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Helen has spent time working as a clinical and research fellow at Johns Hopkins, and she has also worked at the National Institutes of Health. She's been published countless times in both scientific journals and places like NBC News and Reader's Digest. And as an epidemiologist and public health physician who studies disease, she's helped sick people all over the globe. In the last decade, however, there's one disease that Dr. Helen has seen spreading faster than nearly any other, and that disease is obesity. In fact, every single year, obesity is getting worse and worse in America. The rates have tripled in the last 30 years. This is true for folks who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, who complain about how they used to be so full of energy with an awesome metabolism, but who, as they've gotten older, have found it harder and harder to get out of bed each morning. It's like their bodies just started changing one day until even basic things like going for walks or playing golf made them stiff and sore. They suddenly found they had a gut they couldn't get rid of, and that their waist and hips were getting rounder and rounder as their sex drives began to disappear, which greatly impacted their relationships. But it's not just folks who are 50 plus. Dr. Helen has seen weight struggles affecting a shocking number of younger people too, which was a huge surprise to her as a medical doctor. As she puts it, it's been shocking to see that men and women in their early 20s are just having a really hard time keeping the extra pounds off, and a staggering number of them are already pre-diabetic or even have type 2 diabetes already, or have been diagnosed as depressed due to their low energy and foggy brains. Dr. Helen says that no matter how old these folks are, whether they're 20 or 70, when it comes to their effort to lose weight and improve their health, she's seen them fail time and time again. No matter how dedicated they are or how hard they try, maybe you can relate. Maybe you've tried every weight loss program, meal plan, and fad diet under the sun, yet never gotten long-lasting results. If that's you, you're not alone. In fact, the data shows us that 95% of all dieters fail, and I'm sure you're probably tired of trying diet after diet, especially since they all end up draining a lot of money from your wallet while leaving you feeling hungry, like you're starving. What's even worse is when a diet seems to work for the first few weeks, you actually do start to lose some weight, and you feel so happy, so proud. Your friends, coworkers, and families all notice these great changes in you. You're on cloud 9 about it, and yet then, all of a sudden, you hit a plateau. The weight loss stops, and before you know it, all of that fat has slowly started creeping back until you're in the exact same place as where you started. It can make you feel horribly embarrassed, and it can hurt your self-esteem a whole lot too, until you're ready to just throw in the towel and give up. You hear a lot of people say the weight loss industry wants you to fail, and if you look around at our American society in general, you can't help but think that there's probably some truth to that. Because if everyone just lost weight and kept it off, then all the Weight Watchers and diet pill makers of the world would go bankrupt overnight, and no one would have anything left to sell you. Dr. Helen knew the obesity problem in America was getting out of hand. Yet while she did think the weight loss industry deserved some blame here, what she was much more convinced of was that if you really want to understand why you've been struggling to lose weight, why your cholesterol, your blood pressure, and your blood sugar levels keep going up, why you feel tired, hazy, and depressed all of the time, then there's really one person who deserves the blame more than anyone else. A person who, as we already mentioned, it could be argued is responsible for a shocking number of American deaths. And that person is Dr. Ancel Keys. Dr. Helen did some major research on Dr. Ancel Keys and his role in shaping the Western diet. And this is the shocking tale that she discovered. You see, in 1955, President Eisenhower was hit with a heart attack, and he was out of office for 10 days. Our whole country was fixated on the president's health, and it became this urgent public health problem. Back then, nobody really knew what caused heart disease, and there were a whole bunch of theories. People thought it could be related to vitamins. It could be car exhaust. Maybe it was polluted water. We weren't sure. And into this environment of uncertainty, confusion, and fear stepped Dr. Ancel Keys, a pathologist from the University of Minnesota. And Dr. Keys says, I have the magic bullet, the answer to this urgent question. It's saturated fat and cholesterol that cause heart disease. Now, Dr. Keys was absolutely convinced that he was right. He was so firm in this belief that even his friends called him a bully. Yet because Dr. Keys was so insistent that he alone knew the truth and pushed so hard, he was able to get the American Heart Association to listen to him. And in 1961, the first ever dietary recommendations for heart-healthy living were issued, telling people to cut out fats and cholesterol if they wanted to avoid heart disease. These guidelines told Americans to eat a ton of whole grains, along with some fruits and vegetables, low-fat dairy products, skinless chicken and fish and nuts, beans and vegetable oils. And from this little seed that was planted in 1961 sprouted everything we've been told about healthy eating and diet ever since. Dr. Keys' beliefs became accepted as gospel. He made the cover of Time magazine. He lectured all over the world. Dr. Keys' fame and fortune exceeded his wildest dreams. and the high-grain, low-fat diet he promoted became the basis for the food pyramid that's been drilled into our heads since we were toddlers. Here's that food pyramid, which I'm sure you recognize. And as you can clearly see, you're told to load up on breads, grains, pasta, cereals, while eating far less meat, and eating as little fat as possible. Now here's what's so crazy. Dr. Helen discovered that while everyone from big agriculture to big medicine to big government jumped on Dr. Key's hypothesis, in the years that followed, billions of dollars were spent on large clinical trials, the most rigorous types you can do. And yet at the end of all this money and all this research, science could never prove Dr. Key's beliefs to be true. In fact, in one study performed in the 1990s that cost $700 million, when researchers worked with 48,835 postmenopausal women between the age of 50 and 79 of all types of backgrounds and put half the women on a low-fat diet and half the women on a normal diet, the scientists found that not only was there no reduction in risk of chronic heart disease, stroke, and cardiovascular disease, but eating a low-fat diet even caused blood sugar and diabetes rates to increase. So there are three really important questions we need to ask here. Number 1, why don't low-fat diets work? Number 2, given that low-fat diets don't work, why are we still being told to eat this way? Number 3, how should we eat instead if we want to burn fat and be healthy? Well, the answer to the first question, which again is why don't low-fat diets work, is actually pretty straightforward. As Dr. Helen explains it, when you remove fat from foods, something needs to take fat's place. Based on Dr. Key's recommendations, this something was carbohydrates. Look again at the food pyramid. It's loaded with carb-heavy foods like bread, cereal, rice, and pasta. But that's just the start. Because the big food companies wanted to cash in on these new dietary recommendations, they began developing all kinds of new products that were high in carbs but low in fats. Until we've gotten to the point today where for over 90% of the foods we find in the supermarket, everything from granola to teriyaki sauce, they're all jam-packed with an unimaginable amount of carbohydrates. Now the big, obvious question is why does any of this matter? Who cares if foods have a lot of carbs, right? Well, here's the thing. These carbohydrates are very likely the reason you haven't been able to achieve long-term weight loss, no matter how hard you've tried. Why? Because all carbs are made up of sugars, and when you eat foods with a lot of carbs, your body rapidly converts them into blood glucose, sugar. Your pancreas then produces a large amount of insulin to help take this extra glucose out of your bloodstream. And once this glucose is out of your bloodstream, some of it is converted into a starch called glycogen and stored in your liver and your muscles. Sounds innocent enough, right? So what's the problem? The issue is that the body can only store a limited amount of glycogen. Yet because your body is being flooded with carbohydrates, often without you even realizing it, there's all of this extra glucose floating around, and your body takes all of this glucose, then stores it as fat. Plus, on top of all this, because your body has to produce more and more insulin to deal with all of the carbohydrates that have been stuffed into your food, it gets to the point where the cells in your body become overwhelmed and start ignoring the insulin you're producing. Suddenly, you need to produce 2 times, 5 times, 10 times the amount of insulin to get rid of all the sugar that's in your bloodstream. And before you know it, you've got insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. It's pretty crazy that eating carbohydrates can do all of this, but that's exactly what happens. And because this whole process happens very fast, you start to feel hungry again pretty soon after your last meal. So you have a snack of more carbohydrates, and the process starts all over. You're stuck in this vicious cycle where you're getting fatter but feeling hungrier at the same time. This is the process of putting on weight. This is the process of getting type 2 diabetes, and it doesn't get any simpler than this. And as you can see, it has nothing to do with eating fats, and everything to do with eating carbs. So do you see why Dr. Helen believes Dr. Ancel Keys is one of the most sinister figures in American history? By forcing his junk science into the mainstream, he fundamentally changed the way Americans eat and paved the way for tremendous increases in obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and so much more. He basically put Americans on a sugar diet without us realizing it. And given all of the research showing that sugar fuels certain types of cancer, along with all the research showing that sugar is linked to Alzheimer's, it's virtually impossible to quantify just how many deaths Dr. Ansel Keys' research is responsible for. As Dr. Helen puts it, I may be a highly educated doctor, but you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. In 1961, the American diet switched to one that was heavily carb-focused, and after that happened, type 2 diabetes skyrocketed, and obesity skyrocketed too. These are the hard facts. And when you look at all the evidence, you can't help but ask a very obvious question, which is that since it's obvious that low-fat diets don't actually make us healthier, and in fact make us sicker, why are we still being told to eat this way? Well, if you've ever flown cross-country and looked out the window, what do you see? Farm after farm after farm. Agriculture is a huge industry in America, and the reality is that the grain industry, the soybean industry, the wheat industry, all these industries that produce high-carb, low-fat foods want to keep things exactly as they are. American food and agriculture is a $1 trillion a year business. Conglomerates like Mondelez, the owner of Nabisco, Kraft Heinz, and Nestle do hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue. And given that virtually every food they make is loaded with carbohydrates, if you think they aren't fighting tooth and nail to keep the status quo, you're nuts. Then there's the healthcare industry, which rakes in $3.12 trillion per year, close to 20% of the U.S. GDP. This means that roughly $1 in every $5 Americans spend goes to healthcare conglomerates and pharmaceutical companies. And while I'm not here to say that all drug companies are evil, and while I acknowledge that many doctors and healthcare providers want nothing but the best for their patients, it's also wildly naive to think that some in Big Pharma aren't thrilled by the continuously declining health of Americans, especially when it means another year of record profits and bonuses, or a new private jet, or a fifth home on some island in the Mediterranean. So, to put it bluntly, the reason we're still being told to eat high-carb, low-fat comes down to money. The massive amount of money that food, agriculture, and drug companies continue to make from the current American diet, and the staggering amount of money that these same companies would lose if we went back to eating the way we did before Dr. Keys came on the scene. And what all this means is that, as messed up as it may seem, the chances that mainstream medicine and science, big corporations, or even the federal government are ever going to tell you the truth about burning fat and improving your health are really slim to none. Dr. Helen believes it's one of the great tragedies of the 20th and 21st centuries, especially because, as you're about to see right now, it's actually incredibly easy to drop 5 pounds a week of unwanted body fat, to improve your blood sugar, your memory, and so many other markers of your health. And it has nothing to do with going low-fat or counting calories or feeling hungry, and everything to do with eating delicious food that you probably thought were off-limits, but that are actually vital to your health, and that will make you feel fuller and more energized after every single meal, eliminating your junk food cravings and your energy spikes and crashes, while turning your body into a fat-burning furnace. This has to do with the answer to the third question I mentioned, which was, if low-fat diets aren't the answer, what should I be doing instead if I want to burn fat and be healthy? And the answer is pretty simple. It's to go back to what Dr. Helen showed us about eating a high-fat diet, one where your body is fueled by these fats instead of carbohydrates and glucose. Here's the truth. There's no better fuel source for the human body than fat. We have the big, powerful brains that we do because we ate a high-fat diet for millions of years. For more than 100,000 generations, the human diet consisted primarily of fat, and it's only been in the last 13 generations, less than 0.5% of all human history, that we've been eating a grain and carb-heavy diet. So you look at these facts, you look at how so many of the biggest diseases and threats of the 21st century are all pretty new to humans, You realize that there's no mention of type 2 diabetes in the Bible, that we rarely hear about obese people in ancient Rome or Greece. You put all this together, and there's really only one conclusion you can reach. The reason you are battling with your weight right now, that you've been struggling to stay healthy, it has everything to do with the lack of high-quality fats in our diets. But what makes fat the perfect food for humans? Well, as Dr. Helen describes it, when you replace carbohydrates with fats, it's like upgrading to a premium fuel source. Carbohydrates contain 4 calories per gram, while fats contain 9 calories per gram. And what this means is that for every gram of fat you eat, you're getting more than double the energy. This is great for your brain, your libido, and so much more. Plus, it means you eat less but feel full faster and stay full longer. But it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more. When you switch your body's fuel source from carbohydrates to fat, your body adapts tremendously fast. And instead of trying to use stored glucose, sugar, for energy, you will start using stored fat. So suddenly, by eating more fats and less carbs, for the first time in your life, you'll find that your body's fat stores are actually going down. Those problem areas you've been dealing with forever, like your hips, your stomach, your butt, your thighs, your body starts burning fat from all of those places, leaving you slimmer and toner, even as you feel more alert, more energized, more alive. When you move from a high-carb, low-fat diet to a high-fat, low-carb diet, your body is no longer being flooded with sugars, which means it no longer needs to produce massive amounts of insulin. That's why when type 2 diabetics make the switch to a high-fat, low-carb diet, they're often shocked to find that they can get off some or all of their diabetes medications, and that their blood sugar levels are naturally controlled. It's pretty amazing, right? And when we're eating a low-carb, high-fat diet, we call this going keto, because you're putting your body into a state of ketosis, one where your body burns energy-packed fat molecules known as ketones, instead of sugary molecules like glucose. In other words, when you eat carbohydrates, your body burns glucose, sugar molecules, for energy. When you eat fats, your body burns ketones, fat molecules, for energy. Now, you've probably heard of the keto diet already, because right now it's all the rage. Many celebrities swear by it, and everyday Americans are using it to burn fat and feel better than they have in years. So you're probably wondering if the answer is as simple as just eating a bunch of fatty foods. But it's not that easy. And in fact, Dr. Helen has grown increasingly alarmed by trends in the keto diet recently because while it can be an incredibly healthy and effective way to eat, there are a lot of marketers now jumping onto this hot new thing. And Dr. Helen says they're giving a lot of bad advice that can actually be dangerous to your health. Plus, there's the keto flu, which happens as your body is switching from carb-burning mode to fat-burning mode. The keto flu can make you feel sick, lead to dehydration, and even cause you to plateau, meaning you won't see any improvements in weight loss or experience normal blood sugar and blood pressure levels. In fact, for some people, the only way to stop the keto flu is to stop going keto altogether, meaning everything you sacrificed would be a total waste, and all that weight would come piling back on as fast as you lost it. This is why the keto flu is the #1 reason people give up the keto diet and don't go on to burn fat and melt away pounds of unwanted weight, even when they think they're following the keto diet perfectly. Now, if this keto flu sounds like a bummer, it is. But the good news is, it's actually easy to avoid the keto flu altogether. And I'm going to show you how to do this in just a few moments, along with how to achieve optimal results with the keto diet. You see, after years of studying the keto diet and collecting data from top universities around the world, Dr. Helen discovered a simple, easy protocol for entering ketosis right away, and doing it safely too. This method works so well, folks using it have experienced health transformations they never thought possible, including weight loss, lower blood sugar levels, and so much more. When Dr. Helen figured out this missing link to the keto diet, she realized that as a medical doctor, she needed to share the truth about keto with everyone in a simple and easy-to-follow way that anyone can understand. And that's why she's proud to present The Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. The Complete Keto System is a safe, easy-to-follow program that gives you everything you need to start going keto right away. You can think of the Complete Keto System as your secret weapon to getting real keto results. It's one of the most powerful and comprehensive keto protocols on the planet. In fact, this program has helped thousands of people across the country revitalize their health and take back their lives. And we want you to have the chance to get the same life-changing results for yourself. Now, the first part of the Complete Keto System is the Complete Keto Guide to TrueKeto M.D. The Complete Keto Guide is an easy-to-follow protocol that's inspired by the latest science and medical research about ketosis. It contains a step-by-step, foolproof way to melt pounds of fat in a matter of days without jeopardizing your health. And it's something that anyone can follow, no matter your age, weight, or current health now. Inside the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D., you'll discover what macros are and why tracking them each day makes staying in ketosis almost automatic. Don't be scared by the idea of tracking something. This is super easy to do and only takes about 5 minutes a day max. Yet by tracking your micronutrients, which you'll see how to do inside the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D., you'll never again need to worry about whether or not you can eat a certain food. And it'll be virtually guaranteed that you burn fat. Inside the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D., we'll also go in-depth on the magic ratio for ketosis, which is 60 to 70% fats, 15 to 25% proteins, and 5 to 15% carbs. And you'll get Dr. Helen's simple, second-grade level formula for determining exactly how much of each nutrient you should aim to eat based on your current weight, plus your fat-burning goals. You'll also discover the truth about net carbs, which are hugely important, because counting carbs is one of the #1 places where people mess up on the keto diet. Why? They don't subtract fiber. And as you'll see inside the Complete Keto Guide, by not counting fiber in your daily carb intake, for reasons you'll discover in the guide, you can probably eat way more carbs than you think, while still staying in ketosis. Another important thing you'll find out about in the Complete Keto Guide is the great protein myth, and why if you make one common mistake, even if you eat nothing but protein-filled meats all day, you'll still end up spiking your blood sugar and putting on fat. The next part of the Complete Keto Guide has to do with food, which is, of course, at the heart of any diet. I'm sure you're probably wondering which foods you can indulge on all day, along with which foods to avoid like the plague. Well, to make things easy, inside the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D., we give you a comprehensive list of high-carb foods that will spike your blood sugar and make you fat, along with an even bigger list of delicious keto-friendly foods that will help you burn away those extra pounds. Some of the foods that are hidden fatteners will surprise you, like carrots and fat-free yogurt, which can actually spike your blood sugar. But you'll be even more shocked by all of the amazing foods that you can eat on the keto diet, including things like mahi-mahi in creamy buttery sauce, fatty ribeye steak wrapped in bacon, rich cheeses like aged cheddar and mozzarella, strawberries and cream, and more. You'll be pleasantly surprised to find that with the comprehensive food list you get inside the Complete Keto Guide, you don't need to cook all the time to get your body into fat-burning ketosis. Instead, simply follow the eating do's and don'ts you get with the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D. And burning fat while improving your health is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're one of those people who does love to cook, you're going to love this next part, because the Complete Keto Guide by TrueKeto M.D. is just the start. As part of the Complete Keto System by Keto M.D., you'll also receive the Complete Keto Recipe Book, filled with dozens of delicious keto-friendly recipes, including all of the ingredients and simple, easy-to-follow cooking instructions. All of the recipes are conveniently separated into breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Plus, most of them can be made in less than 20 minutes, and for less than $15. Each of these recipes has been designed by a certified nutritionist and chef, and you will be shocked by how flavorful and yummy they are. In fact, let me go ahead and share some examples of the delicious meals you'll get with the Complete Keto Recipe book. Sriracha salmon with spicy green beans, sloppy joes, buffalo chicken soup, butter cheeseburger with bacon, avocado, and egg, broccoli pecan shrimp with sweet cream sauce, Italian skillet with sausage, shrimp, and veggies, guilt-free pizza with pepperoni, brown butter bacon pork chops, spicy key lime chicken, creamy spinach, Asian chicken and toasted macadamia nut salad, egg drop soup, and many more. Now, if these recipes sound delicious, that's because they are delicious. In fact, the chef who created them is so well respected, he was even invited to cater the Country Music Awards in Las Vegas for several years straight. So between the Complete Keto Guide and the Complete Keto Recipe book, it should be pretty clear why this Complete Keto System by Keto M.D. has become so popular. Not only are you shown how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine while eating nutrient-rich foods that support almost every marker of your health, you're also getting an amazing recipe book that makes going keto mouth-wateringly fun to do. And yet the guide and the recipe book are still just the start, because also included in the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. is something that I'm confident will play a key role in helping you to stay in ketosis and feel great. This is something that stops plateaus, blocks the keto flu, and helps keep your weight loss on track, while delivering vital nutrients that help your body thrive during ketosis. It's called TrueKeto Complex by TrueKeto M.D. And TrueKeto Complex is a highly advanced ketone supplement that's been clinically designed to help you maintain your state of ketosis by harnessing the advanced power of 3 hydrolyzed ketones: magnesium BHB, calcium BHB, and sodium BHB. These 3 BHB salts are identical to the natural ketones you make in your body, and by supplementing with them as you follow the Complete Keto Guide and Recipe book, TrueKeto Complex helps to keep your body in an even, consistent state of ketosis, while helping you to avoid frustrating weight loss plateaus along with the keto flu. TrueKeto Complex also contains a healthy dose of medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which are healthy superfats designed to further stimulate your body's fat-burning potential, along with tasteless apple cider vinegar, which research shows can help increase ketosis so you burn more fat, and an ultra-high-quality and standardized green tea extract, which provides a natural energy boost that helps power you through the keto flu without you even noticing it. So to sum it all up here, with the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D., you've got the most comprehensive and proven keto solution ever created. Something that shows you how to get into ketosis fast, that makes eating while doing keto fun, and that supplements your body with the nutrients you need to stay in keto for the long run. Let me be clear. Following the keto diet could be all it takes to regain control of your health right away, to lose weight and boost your heart health, to kick your tight blood sugar issues to the curb, to keep your body thriving for years and even decades to come. Just imagine for a moment how that would feel. Imagine watching the numbers on your scale drop day after day until your doctor gives you the green light saying that your high blood pressure and blood sugar has dramatically improved. Imagine the feeling you'll have when your waistline starts shrinking and you can fit into the jeans you haven't worn in years. Imagine your friends and family all begging to know what your weight loss secret is, and how proud you can feel when, as you share just how simple and easy it was to transform your body. Imagine the feeling you'll have when, with every mouthful of delicious food you chew, you realize you're slashing your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, depression, mood swings, memory loss, and so much more. Wouldn't it be incredible? Following the keto diet could be your golden ticket to not just a sexier you, but a much, much healthier you too, which means feeling confident in your own skin, proud of what you've accomplished. Someone who is bold, who goes out there and enjoys the world, who isn't ashamed by their body or their health. Thousands of men and women just like you are transforming their health and their lives as I speak. And it's all thanks to the Complete Keto System by Keto M.D. These men and women will be the first to admit that they aren't any different than anyone else out there. They're just regular people like you who were tired of following all the mainstream advice about diet and nutrition, and who decided they'd had enough, and that instead of continuing to try every new fad diet, every weight loss pill, every back-breaking workout, they were going to follow a simple system of eating called the keto diet and see what would happen. Well, what happened for so many of these folks is that they lost weight, even 5 pounds in their very first week. They've enjoyed a surge of energy that lasts the whole day. They are sharper and more mentally focused than they've been in years or even decades. Every aspect of their life has improved, all thanks to going keto. And so at this point, you're probably wondering, what does something like the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. cost? Well, let's just say you're going to be shocked by just how affordable it is to finally go keto for the long haul. In fact, it's almost free. But before we talk about price, I do want to make one thing clear, which is that you shouldn't be thinking of the Complete Keto System as a cost or an expense anyways, because when you go keto the right way with the TrueKeto M.D. system, you are making a long-term investment in your health. You're transforming every aspect of your health. You're experiencing real, long-term, sustainable fat loss. You're rummaging through your closet for clothes that haven't fit you in years. You are so happy with the new you. And besides the weight loss, remember that when you safely enter ketosis by following the step-by-step guide included in the Complete Keto System by Keto M.D., you're also helping to shield your body from the worries of diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, memory loss, and so much more. Things which may not be affecting you at this moment, but that if you continue to struggle with your weight, will affect you someday soon. I mean, take type 2 diabetes as just one example. The average person spends $283,000 to treat the disease over their lifetime. Even the richest people don't have nearly $300,000 to blow on their healthcare costs, which is why the decision to invest in your health today with the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. has the potential to save you a colossal amount of money over the next 10, 20, 30 years or more. And remember, it's not just for you, but for your loved ones too. So tell me, how much would you pay to avoid a doctor's bill totaling $283,000? How much value do you place on your health and that of your families? How much would you be willing to spend to protect yourself and your loved ones from the pain and suffering that goes hand in hand with a lifetime of weight gain and other health problems? Whatever that figure is in your head, forget it, because the last thing we want is for price to be a factor in your decision. In fact, making money wasn't even something Dr. Helen considered when she set out on this journey. Her mission was, and still is, to help as many people as possible to defeat their weight struggles, while reducing their risk for all kinds of other lifestyle diseases like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, even some forms of cancer. We're so happy to report that thanks to the ongoing popularity of the keto diet, this mission is now becoming a reality for millions of people all across the U.S. Which is why, while many have recommended a price of $997 for access to the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D., and many others have said they'd pay triple that after experiencing the life-changing results of the keto diet for themselves, we're not going to ask you for anything close to $997 for access to this transformational system. In fact, we're not going to ask you for even a fifth of that, or even $100. Instead, and only from this website while supplies last, you can get your own copy of the Complete Keto Guide, your own copy of the Complete Keto Recipe Book, and your own bottle of True Keto Complex for a single easy investment of just $47. Yes, I'm for real, just $47. For less than the cost of dinner for two at Applebee's, less than the cost of a single bottle of most diet supplements, less than the cost of taking your family to the movies, you'll receive the comprehensive step-by-step Complete Keto Guide, the delicious recipe-stuffed Complete Keto Recipe Book, along with your very own bottle of the nutrient-rich, ultra-high-grade True Keto Complex supplement. For just $47, you can absolutely transform your body and your life forever. And if you're wondering why on earth TrueKeto M.D. has made their whole system so incredibly affordable, the answer is simple. Doctors should help people. It's their sworn oath, which means Dr. Helen and the folks at TrueKeto M.D. couldn't live with ourselves if we made accessing this breakthrough system out of reach for the average American. That's why we're simply asking for you to help cover the costs associated with running this website, getting this message to the public, and producing each bottle of TrueKeto Complex. By making a single small investment of $47, and the entire system can immediately be yours. To get started now, just click the button you see beneath this video. Once you do, you'll go to TrueKeto M.D.'s 100% secure checkout page, where you'll enter your order details. And as soon as you're finished with your order, you'll get instant access to both the Complete Keto Guide and the Complete Keto Recipe Book via our members-only portal of this website. You can view the guide and cookbook from any computer, smartphone, or tablet. Download them as many times as you want, or print them out and share copies with your friends and family. Additionally, the second you place your order today, your supply of TrueKeto Complex will be shipped out to you. We'll cover shipping, which is a $9.99 value, and you should receive your bottle within 5 business days. So go ahead and get started now by clicking the button you see beneath this video. And in the next 5 minutes, you could be well on your way to a skinnier, healthier, and happier you. Now is the time to get started with your new life. But if you're feeling a little skeptical, I understand. I mean, while you know that millions of Americans have lost billions of pounds by following the keto diet, maybe you're still wondering if the Complete Keto System will work for you. Well, here's some good news. You can find out for yourself today without risking a penny. What am I talking about? The team at TrueKeto M.D. is so confident that the Complete Keto System is going to change your life that they're offering a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. This means you have a full 6 months to put the Complete Keto System to the test, to follow the simple step-by-step guide, to try out the delicious, professionally designed recipes, to use the ultra-quality ketosis-supporting TrueKeto Complex supplement. And if you don't see a dramatic reduction in your weight during that time, if you're not experiencing more energy, less mood swings, and a sharper mind, all you have to do is call or email our U.S.-based customer support team 24/7, and TrueKeto M.D. will refund your entire investment with 0 questions asked. Plus, you get to keep everything, including your bottle of TrueKeto Complex, which means legitimately all of the risk is on us. And the only thing you have to lose is your unwanted weight. So go ahead and click the button you see beneath this video right now and order the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. right now, 100% risk-free. The presentation is now ending, and there are really only 2 choices you can make. You can choose to do exactly what the mainstream weight loss companies want you to do. You can keep trying every fad diet, keep buying weight loss pills, keep feeling confused about what you can and can't eat, and you can keep feeling frustrated when it comes to your body, like there's no hope. If you make this choice, though, just understand, it's unlikely anything is going to change. And in fact, the chances are, as the years go by, things will only get worse. I'm talking about crushing weight gain, back problems, sore joints, low energy, depression, mood swings, insomnia, high blood sugar. Things that will negatively impact your quality of life every single day. And that's why I'd urge you to consider your second choice, which is to invest in the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D. today. Remember, you get instant access to the Complete Keto Guide and the Complete Keto Recipe Book. Plus, you'll receive your very own bottle of TrueKeto Complex within 5 business days. This means that if you make this small investment today, you're only minutes away from a brand new you. And I want you to just imagine the difference this could make in your life. No more confusion about what foods you can and can't eat. No more hating your reflection in the mirror. No more worrying about what will happen if you don't get your health under control. All it takes is the simple click of a button. And remember, there's no downside at all, because you're covered by TrueKeto M.D.'s 100% money-back guarantee. So go ahead and click the button you see beneath this video right now and order the Complete Keto System while this offer is still online. The truth is, many in the mainstream weight loss industry hate what TrueKeto M.D is doing, and they want to censor this information from you. This means I can't guarantee how long this presentation or this offer will be available. So I'd urge you to go ahead and try out the Complete Keto System by TrueKeto M.D today, while there's still time. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless. Grant Henderson, on behalf of Dr. Helen Okoye.